Hello, this is Andy's Golf and Travel Diary at the new Poppy Hills Golf Course, and I am here with the head golf professional, Cole Handley.
Hello, how you doing?
Great, thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. We're thrilled for you to experience it.
What a great experience. Now, how long have you been here?
I've been at Poppy Hills for 5 years now, and been acting head golf professional since we reopened in April. So about almost a year now.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a couple of minutes? I want to ask you a little bit about your experience during the renovation, too.
Sure, absolutely. I'd be thrilled to talk to you.
Cole, tell me a little bit about how you came to the game of golf. Who put the first golf club in your hand?
Gotta give credit to my mom. Mom taught me how to play when I was just old enough to start walking. I had a club in my hand. My grandpa instilled it in her, and she kind of passed it down to me. And I got all my buddies involved, and over time we all ended up playing high school golf together, and it became that's just been kind of who I was from as long as I can remember. I've been kind of involved in golf and at golf courses and loving every minute of it.
Did you take it seriously on a competitive?
I did, yeah. When in junior golf, I was very competitive. I played in all the tournaments. I grew up in Oregon, so I played in the OGA and got pretty competitive. Went to college in Portland at Pacific University and played on their golf team. High school, we were super successful before college, and we were state champions. We had the state record of Oregon for 3A golf. And then, over time I realized I might have a better chance in the business and in the teaching and in the customer service side of things, and just didn't quite have the commitment to the game, nor the time or the money to really go full force towards the tour. So kind of led me down this path, which has been a great decision since day one. I've enjoyed everything I've got to do in the business.
How did you get here to Poppy Hills?
It's kind of a crazy random story. It's been an interesting.
Hey, I lost my first job before I even started coming out of college. So go ahead.
No, I went to school down in San Diego for a while. I went to the golf academy, so that's when I really said, I'm going to be committed to this game. I'm going to make a career out of it. And then I decided that in my youth, at 25 years old, I wanted to see the world a little bit. So I quit my job. I put everything I had in a backpack, and I took a plane to Thailand. And I lived in Thailand for a year, bringing all my stuff to this area where my grandparents are from. And so long story short, I came back from Thailand after a year of just seeing the world, and had my stuff sitting in Soledad, California, which is about an hour east of here, and got my resume put together and kind of just put the prayers out there and went to all of these, the mecca of golf, Pebble Beach. I just said, I can't not try. And out of the blue, I got a call from my past head golf professional here, and he said, we've got an opportunity at Poppy Hills, and I jumped on it with as much energy as I could possibly maintain, and came on, and that was 5 years ago, and that everything's kind of just grown in my favor, and I've got to be part of so many cool things at this property, and to be able to call it mine, and to be able to contribute my thoughts and my ideas as to what it is now has just been an absolute dream come true for me.
Tell me a little bit about the first day you heard that there was going to be a renovation of the golf course.
If you could hear my stomach and my heart drop, you could have heard it from across the room. I didn't know what to do. As a young golf pro, and I loved Poppy and everything that it was, and it was kind of scary. To be what's going to happen to me, and what about the rest of the guys, and what are they really going to do? And I was fortunate enough to my board, or the bosses at the time, kept us in mind, and they gave us an incredible opportunity, which I hold true to probably a big reason why I got into the position that I'm in now, of taking the chance and working on the crew with the architects, with the shapers, and really getting involved in the building of this property. So I took it, and I was scared to death. I went from, I always tell people I put the pitching wedge away and grabbed a shovel, and I'm never going to make that trade again. But it was a really incredible experience, to get to see it from the grass drop down to the dirt I mean, I felt like a kid, you know, like creating a dream, you know, and obviously I was watching some of the best in the business do it, and for a young professional to get to go through something like that, to see that kind of process, it just really, you know, it just really hit home as to how important this place is and how much pride they take in their work, and you know, we really are part of something special here, and you know, I'm just thrilled to get to live it every day.
Tell me a couple stories about Robert Trent Jones Jr. and the before and after Poppy Hills.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get exposed a whole lot to Mr. Jones Jr., but I loved it. You know, I knew who he was. I knew everything about him. We studied him. You know, we talked about him. And when he came onto the site, you know, it was kind of like, you know, our eyes were always looking the other way to kind of see what he was pointing at and what drawings he was taking. And you know, he was great. You know, just to, you know, it was so cool that he gave us the time of day. He wanted to know our thoughts. He sat down and asked questions about, you know, different areas that we were working on and what we thought about this shot, and just to get to see kind of how his brain processes it. It's just a totally different world, you know, that he's doing what he is meant to do, and you could see it, you know, when you saw him in person. And I think as the place transformed, you know, in '86 when he did it the first time, he did exactly what you did in '86. It was an incredible golf course at the time. It was, I mean, it was everything it was supposed to be, and it was time. You know, times change. Golf's changed, people have changed, the industry's changed, and I mean, he just knocked it out of the park. He did everything right, and you know, as a skeptic, because it was my old course, you know, that was being dropped down. I was blown away. You know, every day I got more connected to each change, and you started to see it. And then once the grass popped and there was nothing but the deer out there, and you walked the grounds and saw the grass, it was, you just knew. You know, you didn't have to know anything more than, wow, like he did it right. You know, they just made the most of what they had. And just, again, just made it just a really special place.
So that the golfers out there, the top 3 things you guarantee that they'll, when they come and play and golf and experience this place.
Yeah.
Top 3 things that they're going to experience.
You're going to experience a great, peaceful scenery. You're going to experience an incredible staff that loves what they do, that is a place that they love to be at. You know, we all, and you'll see it, and I mean, half of my team came back. Everybody here loves this place and loves everything about it, and it rubs off on the customer. You guys are going to notice that, and you're going to hit some fun shots. You know, you don't get to play going out and throwing darts at the dartboard. This is a different experience. You're going to hit shots you haven't hit in 20 years. You're going to hit putters from 50 yards. You're going to hit bellied sand wedges. You're going to think about, maybe I should try my hybrid from the green, you know, stuff that if you don't think of those shots, you're going to have a really difficult round. If you start to trust it, and I always say, if you think outside the green and you use the land as it was designed, you're going to have a blast, and you're going to try new things, and it just kind of makes the game more fun again. It's not the boring, like, hit my driver, hit my 7-iron, maybe chip, maybe putt. It's, ooh, you know, maybe I should hit it off at that hill and roll it down that slope, and I can come in from this angle. And it's a more of a tactical shot maker imagination. You know, that's what this place is now. And I think that for the guy that loves hitting unique shots and trying new things, you're going to love this place.
Well, Cole, the only thing I'd add is you got to have the breakfast sandwich and porter.
I agree.
Unbelievable.
Just not too many of them. They catch up to you fast. No, the restaurant's unbelievable. It's really great.
And the calamari afterwards was pretty good, too.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, Cole, thank you so much for having me out here, and thank you for being such a great part of Andy's Golf and Travel Diary.
Thank you so much. It's a thrill to have you, and thank you for letting me be part of it. I appreciate that.